Hey everyone, welcome back to Papa's Workshop. In the previous video, I had received the Fox Alien XE Pro and put it together, assembled it, and showed you how to move it using the offline controller. Well, the next step is to be able to put this grid line on the wasteboard. One of the things that I really believe in is having the grid line on there, which makes it so much easier to be able to line up the project. Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how I designed this grid line and put it onto the wasteboard. I created this file with 2-inch squares. To me, that works out real well. Now, if you wanted to change this and do this in the metrics, you could. But what I decided to do on all of my CNC machines is set it up with the same 2-inch by 2-inch squares. And to me, this gives a real good reference point. In addition to that, the XY 0 position, the work 0 position, is actually 1 inch over from the actual home position. So it's 1 inch on the x-axis and 1 inch on the y-axis. The controller that I'm using is the Open Builds, which is a free download that you can use to operate the machine. Even though I choose to use the Open Build software most of the time, I can also use the offline controller right here on the machine itself. This little switch right here, you just switch from the controller to the PC, and that's really all that's necessary. The file, when you create it, you download it onto the memory card, and the memory card just slips in right there at this point, and you can download the G-code file and run this machine right here with this controller. So here you go, a real easy way to be able to use the offline controller with your CNC. When you purchase the Fox Alien XE Pro, you also get the USB card reader. Now this is great to have because it's very simple to operate. Just plug this into your computer, you can download the G-code file right to that little memory card, and then take the memory card to the controller. You no longer need to have the computer in the shop. Just use the little card reader, plug in the memory card, and you're set. Here's a quick look at the finished file, and it's just a series of the squares, and I used the profile toolpath to be able to create the toolpath for this. And I set this at 0.01 of an inch deep, and I'm using a 30-degree V-bit to be able to do this carving of this grid. There's really nothing else on this. All I do is come down and calculate the toolpath, and it'll generate the toolpath for me. Now, if you look real close at the detail, you will notice that the toolpaths do overlap occasionally. Not a big issue. Let's take a look at exactly how I set this file up. First is a single-sided file. The dimensions are 15.75 by the 15.75. The thickness, ½ inch, doesn't really matter. And I'm using the inches. The Z0 is on the surface, and I'm using the bottom left-hand corner to be able to generate this. Next, I'm setting up the guidelines. I want this 1 inch over from the x-axis and the y-axis, and this gives me my reference point. To actually draw the individual lines, we're going to use the line tool, and that's located right here. In addition to that, make sure that the snap tools are on. And now we're ready to begin drawing. I'm going to start right at the grid lines at that point, and that will be my beginning point. I'm going to go straight up, and you can see the line, how it gives me that dotted line. That tells me exactly where I need to be. When I come down, I can actually type in 14 inches, and it'll snap right to that line. Over to the right, 2 inches. Again, type in the 2 inches, it'll snap to it, and then back up to the 14 inches. This will give me very precise, accurate lines every single time. It also creates a very efficient tool path because you don't have any of the wasted motion. And you can see how it's operating here. The machine does not need to lift up and move from one operation to the other. So this is the quickest, simplest, and fastest way to be able to generate the file necessary to be able to create this grid work. This also will show any discrepancies that you may have in the wasteboard itself if it's not completely flat. Because this is only cutting down 0.01 of an inch, it will show any variations at all that you have in the wasteboard. So the project is finished now. It's time just to be able to dust off the little bit of sawdust that was created, and you can see the finished product. Now this is going to be great because now I can actually easily align any project that I need to and just place it onto this wasteboard. We're using the grid line as my guide. Okay, there you go. I've actually shown you how to set this up in the computer, where you can use the OpenBuild software or the Universal G-Code Sender for that matter, or the offline controller. I've shown you exactly how to create this file so that you can create your own. But I want to take it one step further. I want to offer this file to you for free. The way that I'm going to do that is using the Patreon. I'm going to have a link right down below here showing exactly where you can go to patreon.com, Papa's Workshop, and be able to join at any tier level that you wish, including a free section, and download this file for free. Now this is a brand new opportunity that the Patreon folks have been able to create, and this is something very new to me. So what I'm doing is offering several different files that people have asked for in the past to be able to download for free and to try this out. And I'm looking for feedback to see how this works. So yes, you're going to be my test subjects. I want to be able to test out this new program by Patreon to be able to see just how easy it is for you to be able to download the files. I want to offer these files to you for free. Now, if this is successful, and I'm hoping that it is, and I'm anticipating that it certainly is going to be a fantastic win for both you and for me, I want to be able to add more and more files. Because I know at various times people have asked in the past if I had the files available, and I've always said no because I had provided the information in the video that you could make your own. Well, I know a lot of you still would prefer having the files actually created for you, ready to go. And that's what I want to offer. So, if you're willing, go over to Patreon, links right down here, give it a try, give me the feedback, and I look forward to hearing from you. So I hope that you liked this short video today. If you did, give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon in the next video. So for now, bye-bye.